In today's video, I'm going to bring you along with me to the Goodwill Outlet, also known as the Bins. This one is in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. I spent about a half hour in the store. I have been so good about listing all of my items that I had in our home throughout the winter months that I literally didn't have much more to list. So I ran up there quickly, got my fix, and ironically listed 5 or 6 items the next day. One of them sold within 5 hours or so, and it literally paid, the one item paid for the entire shopping trip. So I want to take you along with me and show you what I found that paid for the entire trip and how much fun and how lucrative it can be to go shopping at the Goodwill Outlet.
So I think my advice to you, if you are wanting to try out the Goodwill outlet, is to get there right away when they open, or go like I did and go around like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I feel like if you're there in prime hours from 10 to 1, you're going to kind of be miserable. There are a lot of people that shop those hours and the energy is high. And if you just want to go in and kind of take a peek around and see what it's like, I would tell you to go right away or more of a mid afternoon. Now, they rotate the bins in and out, and the bins aren't going to be rotated as much, but everyone is there for different reasons and wanting different things. So don't worry if you're not there right at prime time, because I find prime time can be somewhat intimidating, especially if you're not in the mood. So this is one item I picked up. I've sold these before. This is a stroller caddy, and sometimes you'll see the tags on the items from the Goodwill already there. That sort of helps me to take another peek at it. So that one was already ticketed and tagged for me. And I thought, well, okay, well, Goodwill thought it was worth that much. I'm going to put it in my cart. And I will always go through all the items that I find before I go home. I will use my phone inside the store and I will look them up most often on eBay in the sold section. If I don't quite know what the item is, I will run a Google image search. I've done a video on how to do that. Sometimes, if you can't get internet access, go by the window, but take your time. Don't be in a rush and go through the items that you pick. Take one more look at them. Make sure it's not horribly damaged, stained, tattered, torn. You can sell items that aren't in perfect condition on eBay and Poshmark. You just really need to be careful to disclose that. And buyers will not often read, but as long as you have disclosed what the item is, the condition that the item is in, and the buyer claims, I had this happen last week, the week before. Oh, the seller is a scammer, sent me these items. It was this. I said everything about the item in the listing and ended up that they did get to return it, but I only had to credit them 50% of their return. And I guarantee, I know probably weren't very happy with me about that, but I have like preferred seller status on eBay, and they just simply didn't read. So you can list items that aren't in perfect condition. Just be very certain that you tell your buyer in writing and show with pictures. I think eBay allows 24. I think Poshmark is 12 or 16. Take as many pictures as you can. Use up all the picture spaces. That's the way that your listings can stand out from others, and that you are, showing you're a seller that can be trusted. So go ahead and use all those pictures. Make sure that front picture is a good one. Make sure your front main picture stands out from all the rest. I picked up this one and listed it the other day. This is Le Sportsac. That was a brand that I remember and had in the 90s. I always pick up that brand. I love digging for wallets, leather belts. I did okay with the shoes this time. I'm not a great shoe seller, but I ended up, always look inside. You can find gift cards. I've found money inside of handbags. I've found gift cards to Target and Starbucks. So I've seen people just literally rifle through the handbags just looking for gift cards and money. I did pick up this Disney bag. I showed in my last video a Disney zip up fleece sweatshirt that I picked up. This didn't have any Disney Parks logo. I picked this one up. This is 31. 31 has just gone out of business. I did pick up this little phone holder crossbody bag and that Disney Parks bag. People like going to Disney, and when you're at Disney, you want to carry Disney items or you're just a Disney fanatic. So that one came home. It's so lightweight that that seemed like a good pickup to me. So I gravitate toward silk, the handbags, leather. I like the unusual. I like vintage. I didn't pick up any clothing this time. But those are the areas that catch my eye there. As you go in the Brooklyn Park bins, you first head off to the left, and that's all of the shoes and handbags, and then and books are back there, and then along the other back wall is these random bins of shoes and leather goods. I really wish they would put the shoes together. I went to the Savers Goodwill, or this, I'm sorry, not Goodwill, the Savers Bins in downtown Minneapolis. They did bundle their shoes together with just a rubber band, but what a great concept. Maybe Goodwill just gets too many donations to be able to do that, but that would really be helpful. But at the end, you'll see I did find a bin of shoes and found some really good brands and ended up bringing those home this time. Normally, I'm not so much of a shoe reseller. So today the energy was good. It wasn't so overwhelming. There weren't so many customers in the store today. So it was a nice day to be shopping. That this area over here to the left is they're only unfortunately have those two rows to the left of me of hard goods now, and all of the others, except this kind of middle section, it can be linens. But over here to the left of me, this is the only area of hard goods. And that's unfortunate because I'm a hard goods girl. So that's the drawback to going to the Brooklyn Park bins. I guess they just, I was talking to someone, I guess they just get, they don't make as much money on their hard goods. I did pick these up, these Pilot pen refills. I haven't been able to go through them yet, but if you have a favorite pen and you need a refill, I figured those were pennies, a quarter, a nickel for all of those when you pay by the pound. They don't make as much money on their hard goods, and I don't know what happens to them afterwards, but someone said that they just make more money. This was a little dog carrier. I had thought about that. I ran a Google image search that just didn't have a brand name on it, but that I thought would kind of cute. I almost picked that one up, but I'm being so selective and it was a little heavier. And so, yeah, I chose to leave that one behind, but I used to be much less selective in what I picked up, and I would just throw it all in my cart and was happy to have a huge stash to bring home. I'm less and less doing that. I'm more wanting to find great pieces, but really make it worth my time and energy to list and sell them. So what's running through my head when I'm digging is, where do I store it? Do I have room to store it? How is it going to be to ship? How is it going to be to photograph? How much is the buyer going to have to pay to ship it? So I'm just trying to think of all those things quickly as I'm rifling through all of these items just to make the best purchases I can, and the fact that it's by weight. Now, when I went up today to pay for these items, I had asked if some of them could be weighed separately. I don't know if this is across the board now in Minnesota, but you used to be able to pull out some of the things that were just heavy, and they would knowingly that it was overweight, like big and oversized and overweight, they would pull those out and just pick a random price and price those for you. Here's the item. There it is, a little Avon monkey. And I couldn't really read the tag, but I just thought it was clean and it was just unique, and it was coming home with me. All of the plush that I bring home, everything goes right in the laundry. And I put this one in the dryer, but not all the way, and then I let it air dry. So I just feel like it's dusty and dirty, and who knows if he's ever been washed. And so I put all of the plush that I ever pick up in my washing machine, and I want it to smell more like our house than something that's so dusty. So that one item, I'll pop in a screenshot here of what it's sold for. And then I'll also pop in a screenshot of what my total was that day at the Goodwill Bins. So you see that literally almost to the penny, that one sale paid for my whole shopping trip. So the rest of the items that I picked up are pure profit. This is what brings you back. This is what brings you back to the way of shopping at the Goodwill Bins. I could go to, oh, I put her in the cart. I thought she was cute. I do like to sell ethnic dolls. I had her in my cart for quite a while, but her hair wasn't in great shape, and she ended up going back. She had a little friend there, and I found her friend and I put her with her friend, but she wasn't in good enough shape to bring her home. But I like picking up ethnic dolls. I've sold a lot of them. So you can see what brings you back is just the thrill of the one item hunt, and then knowing that the rest of the items that you have in your cart are going to be paid for in pure profit. So that's one way of shopping. I follow other resellers that believe just in absolute pure, things need to be perfect. You don't pick up just anything random. I love selling Bibles. This was the only one I picked up and listed it, and I'll show you what I listed this one for. That doesn't mean that's what it's going to sell for, but that one, larger print Bibles, this one came in the box, had never been used. I like vintage books, but I like this little dog one. We're dog walkers on the Rover app. I put that one in my cart, but that one didn't have much value. I find that, books can do that. You pay by the inch for books. So you really can get some great bargains. The day that I was there, there was a lady who I've seen every single time I have been at the Brooklyn Park Bins. She is must be just a bookseller. She's got her iPad there. She's got all the books. She's got a whole system. This is probably her one place maybe she was a bookstore owner, but you can do great with books. So leather Bibles do really, really well for me. Coffee table books. I've sold books for over hundreds of dollars. So that's another niche that you might be interested in. It's heavy to carry around, but you can't beat the price of books at the bins. So I'll set a little bit of this rest of this to music, and then I'll pop in and tell you some of the items that I did choose to pick up. So it was right here that I found this singular pair of Tevas, and I was kind of shocked because right next to it there is the match. And I never am able to find a match quite like that. These are in great shape. So I picked up this pair of Tevas. That brown leather belt came home with me, all leather, larger sizes. So right after that, I found another pair of outdoor shoes that's coming up here that were these little children's brown pair of Keens, which again, that was kind of, I did pick the singular one up of this shoe, but never could find the match. So right there, buried at the bottom, was a little pair of kids' Keens. And then right next to it, again, I was able to find the match. So that was a treat. I have a very difficult time and I lose interest and I lose patience in trying to find the matches, which is where I wish they would just bundle those up. That was kind of, I didn't find the match to that. So it's like a game. It's like you put it in your cart. I have sold Tumi for Delta, but if it has the items in it, those can go for a little bit of money. Those are giveaways on Delta flights. You know, we're Minnesotans here. Delta's based in Minnesota. So if you find those ever that do still have the goodies inside, I've sold a couple of sets of those Tumi in-flight gift giveaways. So that was that finding the Keens and finding the Tevas, there it is. That was a good deal. And I'll pop in a couple screenshots of what those can go for.